What's going on, everybody? Jokertone here, and as you've probably heard in my last video, which was the Dino Charge Episode 3 review, it is very late. I had just finished a few minutes ago editing and uploading my review of Power Rangers Dino Charge Episode 3. It is currently a little after 2:30 in the morning, and I'm tired. I've had a very long day, but that's not the reason why we're here. The reason why we're here is because you guys want to see the review, my thoughts on Episode 1 of Shuriken Sentai Ninninger. Now, let me say right off the bat, let me say this first. When I first watched Reproductive Sentai Toqger, and I saw the team in action for the first time, I thought that I wasn't going to enjoy Toqger. And for a while, I stopped watching it. You know, I waited till about the time they got their 6th Ranger, their 6th member, Akira. And then I started watching it again because the 6th Ranger tends to be one of the more interesting characters of the team. And going back to it, and being on and off with the season, and then seeing the last 10 episodes, I regret not watching it all the way through. Now, I have marathoned things like Kyuuger before, but I probably won't marathon Toqger, especially with having to watch Dino Charge and Ninninger and a bunch of other things that I still have on my list. I probably won't get to it for a while. With that being said, I'm going to review Ninninger all the way through. I'm going to try my hardest to stick with this series, because more often than not, I'll start a series and it'll stop somewhere along the line. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt the way I felt with this new team was the way I felt with Toqger back when Toqger started. But I'm not going to let that discourage me, because it's like something with everything. You have to adjust to new things. And with shows like Power Rangers and Super Sentai, every season is different. Every season is going to have a different tone or something, some form of difference whatsoever. So, with that being said, I liked this first episode, but I feel it was very rushed. I feel like they just jumped right into it very quickly. Now keep in mind, I haven't seen too many other Super Sentai seasons, and I don't know fully how other seasons have done them, but from a first episode perspective, they did a lot. They not only showed all 5 of them transform and fight, but they also showed their mecha, their Megazord configuration, which is fine. You know, I have no problem with that. I just feel like it kind of rushed it. I feel like we got all this story, but the characters were I don't know, it was weird. It was a very weird start, and I really don't know how to put it. They do morph using their swords, which I thought they were. They have little shurikens they attach to the sword and then morph like that, which I had a feeling that's how they were probably going to do it. And, yeah, I don't know, we hear about the enemies, but we don't really see them other than the foot soldiers, really, and then one in particular that has a mallet or something, and a shuriken that goes on that, so I'm assuming the villains have access to these shurikens. The fights are good. The effects when they do special attacks and stuff is pretty cool too. The Megazord is pretty cool. It's very different. The Red Ranger's Megazord just sits in a cockpit, and he can jump out of it and go and fight the monster a bit and then jump back in. So that's pretty cool. But so basically, what this story represents is that it's 5 relatives. I think it was the Red and White Ranger, the Red and White Ninninger are brother and sister, and then the Blue, Pink, and Yellow are cousins. And they've come together through the Red and White Ninninger's father to be chosen to carry on the legacy of his father in defeating this evil, I forget the name of the bad guys, like these dark ninja dudes who tried to take over the world with ninja armies or whatever. Sorry, it's hard for me to, it's hard for a first episode, especially in a show that's more heavy in another country, to really know the characters' names and stuff. Like, I know the main character's name's Toqger. I think there was one named Fu or something. So as the series progresses, I'll obviously remember more of their names and stuff. It just takes time. It's just something that, even though I've done a good amount of time with things like anime and manga and also Super Sentai, it just takes a while. You know, it takes a few episodes or chapters, depending on what you're reading or watching, to get names under your belt to remember them. But with that being said, like I said, this episode's very weird, very rushed. Like, it seemed very flashy and very, like, just in your face kind of about the plot. But that just might be the way that they operate. I don't know how. Like I said, it's only episode 1. I'm gonna stick with the series. My goal is to do a review, excuse me, on every episode, much like Dino Charge, and go from there and try and do my best to review it. But it's very difficult because I've never really, like, done a review on a Super Sentai series. But with that being said, first episode, not bad. Opening theme they played, they didn't do the actual visual for the theme though. It was just the Red Ranger fighting like a lot of other intro seasons that I've seen. You know, like Shinkenger. I think Go Buster did it. I'm not sure. I know Kyryuger kind of did it. But, yeah, so very interesting first episode. I am a little intrigued to see where they go from here. I'm especially intrigued to see how the 6th Ninja is going to be involved, because if they're all related, I want to kind of see how the 6th one is. Maybe it's like a long-lost brother or something, or like maybe the dad gets the power or something. I don't know. I'm interested. I'm sorry this review is not as in-depth and stuff. I'm really tired, but I hope you all enjoy. I promise the next review will be very good and more detailed. I'm excited, but also kind of taken aback by this episode, but I'm still very excited. I want to see where this series goes. I'm very interested in the ninja theme. I think it's a theme that we haven't touched upon in a while, since like Ninja Storm, I think, actually, or Hurricaneger in Japan. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and favorite, you know, do what you gotta